So Lina, yesterday you had a lot of concerns, and I think I've begun addressing some. Let me hear from Claire first. Claire.
Yes, teacher.
Which unit are you on?
Addition in base 5.
You're covering bases.
Yes.
Wow, that's good. So we are going to look at bases. Lina, I hope you also had the same question about bases.
Yes, teacher. And probability.
Yes, okay, so we are going to cover one at a time. We are going to start with bases. We are going to start with bases.
Okay.
Yeah. Then after we shall move to
probability.
We shall move to probability as the concerns were raised. So Claire, do you have any challenge so far encountered?
Yes, teacher.
Where exactly?
Addition in base 5.
Additional in base 5.
Yes.
Okay.
Middle addition in base 5.
Okay, so we are going to look at that because we are going to look at bases. We are going to look at bases, and I hope by now we know special names for each base.
Teacher.
Yes?
I'm confused in bases.
What confuses you?
I'm confused in how they write them.
Okay, how they write bases. How they write bases, how they write base names. I can't really figure out what you're really trying to mean. But
writing bases in words.
Writing bases in words. Actually, if you can read bases, then you can write bases in words. Because one thing that we should always know, how to read the bases. How you read a number is how you write it. For example, if you say 26, automatically you'll know that, oh, this is how I'm writing 26. Yes. If you're given to write any number in words, how you read the number is how you write the number. So for bases, one thing about special about bases, that is from 2 to 9 at our level, because there are very many bases. But for us at our level in primary, we look at from base 2 to base 10, where base 2 takes a special name for itself. Base 3 also takes a special name for itself. Also, 4, 5, like that.
Teacher.
Yes.
Also,
yes,
also place values in base 5.
Place values, okay. Yeah, because if you cannot give place values, then you cannot add them well. It becomes a little bit hard. but I hope by the end of this engagement, we shall be in position to do it. One thing we should know, each base has its special name. Each base has a special name. So from after identifying that each base has a special name, then we can also work them out. For example, if we are to begin with bases and their special names, we have base 2. Who can tell the special name for base 2? Lina, can you tell us the special name for base 2?
Yes. Binary.
Can you pardon, please?
Binary.
It is said as binary, non-binary.
Binary.
It is binary. Base 2, it's binary base. It is spelled as B-I-N-A-R-Y, binary. Binary base. Then base 3. Claire, can you try?
Yes, teacher.
Can you try? Special name for base 3?
Ternary.
Ternary, good. Thank you. Ternary base, that is the special name for base 3. Can you spell the word ternary?
Teacher, capture the one for base 4.
The one for base 4, we are going to reach there. Let Claire first spell ternary for us.
Ternary. T-E-R-N-A-R-Y.
Wow. That is?
Ternary.
Ternary. So whenever you're ternary, that is the special name for base. Base. Special name for base 3. What about base 4? What is the special name for base 4? Lina?
Yes, please, teacher.
What's the special name for base 4?
Teacher, how do they say this word?
Which word?
Q-U-A-T-E-R-N-A-R-Y.
Oh, is that the one for base 4?
Yes.
Lina, Claire, can you try to pronounce that word?
Yes, teacher.
Can you try to pronounce that word? Let me share it on the screen. Let me share it. Let me first share it on the screen. Lina, can you spell the word again? Hey, Lina, you're gone. I can't hear you. Lina, I can't hear you.
Q-U.
Q-U.
A-T.
Yes.
ER.
ER.
NA.
Yes.
RY.
Thank you, Lynette. Claire, can you pronounce this word here? Can you read it for us?
Quaternary.
Thank you. It is quaternary. Quaternary is the special name for base 4. Quaternary base. Special name for base 4. Quaternary. Then base 5. What's the special name for base 5? Special name for base 5 is quinary. Quinary base, quinary.
So can I get one for base 6?
I just want to first help me spell the one for base 5.
Yes, teacher.
First spell the one for base 5.
QU.
QU.
INARY.
Okay, thank you so much, quinary. Again, one more time, QU.
QUI. NA.
NA.
RY.
ROI, that is the special name for base 5, quinary base. Thank you. What about base 6?
Scenary.
Divine says, sorry, we came in late. It's okay. The good thing you've joined us. We are looking at bases. So just feel free to share with us what you...
Scenary.
Yes, spell scenario. Claire, can you spell? Claire, can you spell?
Yes, teacher.
Can you spell scenario?
Yes.
Spell for us. Okay.
Teacher, I can't hear you.
What scenario?
I can't hear you.
Yes, teacher.
I can't hear you.
Yes, teacher.
I can't hear you. You are spelling for us.
Teacher, it's what I am spelling.
Scenario.
Scenario.
Sorry, wait, before you spell. Shalom and Shamad, I don't know what happened to your mic. Have you enabled it?
C. SINARY.
Wow,
Scenery.
thank you. That is scenery base. Then special name for base 7.
Teacher, that's not the correct spelling.
She has said SENARY.
I had
Scenery
I.
base. RI? No, it is SENARY. Scenery base, that is a special name for base 6. Then base 7, special name, Lina.
Seven. Septenary.
Septenary. Septenary, who can spell Shamad? Oh, Shamad, they cannot speak, their mic is down. Septenary, can you share your whiteboard and write it on the whiteboard, or can you spell?
Check and spell.
Okay, spell.
SEPTENARY. Septenary.
Thank you, septenary. That is a special name for base 7. Then what about base 8?
Base 8 is octo.
Base 8 is octobase. Good.
Octo.
Octo, can we spell octo?
Yes.
Okay, spell.
OCTAL. Octo.
Thank you. Octo is OCTAL. That is base 8. What about base 9?
Nonary.
Base 9 is nonary. Claire, can you spell nonary? Yes, please.
Yes, teacher.
Ketra,
Yes, teacher.
can you spell nonary for us?
Nonary. NONARY.
Thank you. And then base 10 has several names. It has a number of them, but we for us we use around 4 of them. And one, I want each one of us to tell the names of base 10, special names for base 10, because they may not call it 10, base 10, but they may call it any other name. Yes, Lina, Dinari, thank you. Ketra. Ketra, yes, please. Ketra, another special name for base 6, for base 10.
Teacher, I don't know how to pronounce it.
Okay, can you spell then we pronounce?
S.
Yes.
E.
S.
S. E. H.
H.
X. Teacher, remove the X. N E X.
EH.
Teacher, E. Yes. No. Teacher, remove the N-E-H.
I remove them.
Yes. Teacher, X,
Sure.
M.
You write it in the chat. Put it in the chat.
The chat.
Yeah, type in the chat. Shamadan, shalom. You're having a lot of concerns asking whether this is a spelling bee. We are learning this because you find that you may find a question having change this to binary base and you cannot really tell what binary base is. So it is of advantage and very important if we learn how to spell these words here, you learn how to read them, you learn what they mean, because you cannot learn the meaning of something unless you get to know its spelling, you get to know how to read it. That's when you can integrate the two. The reason as to why we are learning this is still part of mathematics, because scenary, and when you find scenary, septenary, that is mathematics, and at the same time, it can even appear in any other, like the spelling bee you had, they may ask you such things. So it's very important for a learner to know that when they talk about nonary base, they mean base 9, not a learner only mastering that. They taught us base 9, but you cannot tell what is special about base 9. So I think, Shalom, your concerns have been responded to.
Teacher sent.
My email, I'll put it in the WhatsApp group. In our WhatsApp group, that's where I'll put my email. So you'll visit there.
Okay.
Yeah. So one thing, that is one of the introductions for bases. So we need to know the base names. And then another thing, what else do we need to know? If you get to know base name, you also need to identify which digits are used for each base. There is one thing we should always know. Each base uses the exact numbers, or the exact number of digits to its name. For example, base uses only. Yes, please.
Teacher, can
Yes,
you tell me how to spell that word to read that word that I put in the chat?
okay, let me check them. Let me check there. Someone to read. Someone is reading it for us.
Seximo.
Sexmo. Ketra, is it also part of the names we're talking about for base 10? Because there are some 3 names we need to have. Decimal base. We have
Yes, teacher.
Teacher.
Sexmo, the one you've been talking about, only for base 10, but at our level, we take these first 3. And Sexmo is not a special name for base 10. Sexmo is a special name for base. You can call it scenario base or Sexmo base. Ketra, are we together?
Simo.
Yeah, it can be used
Yes,
for base
teacher.
6, not base 10. Base 10, we use normal, standard, decimal. But Sexmo is a special name for base 10, base 6, sorry, not base 10. Yes, please.
May I give the digits used in the bases?
Yeah, it is good. That's very good. So you can take us through. Tell us digits used for each base. That is from base 2. Tell us the number of digits.
Yes, teacher.
Through.
Base 2. 0. Base digits used. Base
You
2.
can
0
you can
and
share.
1.
Share your screen. You can share your screen. You take us through. Have you shared? Or else you can just share. If it has failed, then you can just speak.
I'm not using the computer. I'm using phone. I'm using.
Okay, just take us through.
Base digits used. Base 2. 0 and 1. Base 3. 0, 1 and 2. Base 4. 0, 1, 2 and 3. Base 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Base 6. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Base 7. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Base 8. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Base 9. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Base 10. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Thank you so much. So that there we need to note that under a given base, we don't use that digit that is equal to the base name. For example, base 2 we have, base 2 uses 2 digits, but here we are using 0 and 1, so we don't use 2 there because 2 is equal to the base name. So this is base 2, this is base 3. Lina, Lina, better remove your things on my screen. Good. So base 4, you find that they are 4 digits, but we have 0, 1, 2, 3. We don't use 4 there because 4 is equal to the base name. The same applies to base 5, base 6, then base 7, we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we don't use 7 in this base. So these are some of the things we need to we need to have before we add. So whenever, what happens in case you find that they've given you a digit beyond the base, what happens? We shall see that. Then we also move to place values as it was requested, place values of 1. Let us see how to read the numbers. When you're dealing with bases, that is from base 2 to base 9, all digits are read independently. All digits are read independently. So what we need to do is to identify these digits here. For example, if you have, if you have 2, if you have 2, 1, 4. So can you hear me right now? Can you hear me right now? Lena, can you hear me? Ketra, can you hear me?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Can you see that number? So when you're reading such a number, we read it as 241 base 5. We don't have, we don't read the whole, we don't read it as the whole, we read each digit independently. Unlike for base 10, where we read all the numbers, we read all the digits together. For example, if it was base 10, we would have read this number as 214, but since it is base 5, we read each digit independently, so we shall read it as 214 base 5. So for bases, when we are putting place values, so this is how it appears, or this is what happens. If we are giving place values to such a number, we have 4, 1, 2. So for the place values, we start with 1s. The next is 5s. The next is 5 5s. So we follow that order as we start with 1s, 5s, 5 5s. If there is another digit, we shall read it as 5 5 5s. Then we shall have 5 5 5 5s, like that. That is for the case of place values in place values and bases. If you have another number, you may not have this time round base 5, but you may have a number as 1 1 0 2, maybe base 8. Still, when you have such a number, yeah, you can even have 555s. You can have very many numbers. So if it is 8, again, don't be tempted to say that this is 8. As you're giving these numbers, you will have two, 0, 1, 1, 1. So when you're giving place values, don't again say, oh, teacher told us about 5. No, still, if it is 8, you'll have 1s, 8s, 8 8s, then 8 8 8s, then you'll have 8 8 8 8s, like that. So it's a matter of integrating from it. The change just comes with the base, but the way of giving place values does not change. So any question there, Lena?
Yes, teacher.
You have any question?
No.
Okay. Shalom, do you have any question? Okay, Joshua, do you have any question?
No.
Joshua, I can't hear you speak.
No.
Okay. So I wish you a nice day. We shall discuss about operation on bases because we've looked at place values, how to read them. So our next engagement, we are going to look at operation, addition, subtraction, multiplication. Then we shall go to the finite system as it was requested. Because we need these ideas of bases so that we can work out the finite system. If you did an assignment, make sure you send it. I'm going to share my email account in the WhatsApp group. Otherwise, I wish you a nice day. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Joshua. Bye-bye, Ketra. Bye-bye, Shamad and Shalom. Bye-bye, Lina. Wish you a beautiful day.
Bye, teacher.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for the lesson, teacher.